All right. And we are live. Welcome to The Last Word with Lord Cognito and Ebontis. Campfire starting to heat up early. A lot of things to talk about, a lot of redacted things to talk about. See, you already see, look the NDA face I just gave. So, but anyway, we're happy to be back here at The Last Word. So, what's going on, E, man? How's your week been? What's been going on with you?
Week's been pretty good. Tuesday was a little
Mm.
chaotic. I
Mm.
don't know if you slept through most of, I think, the chaos. So you
Mm-hmm.
got to miss
Mm-hmm.
it. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
logged in on Tuesday and kind of saw a couple things, went to go check my currencies. I got robbed in the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, they got you. I
Yeah.
heard.
So yeah, I was like lost like 2/3 of my shards. I lost like 20
Damn,
prisms. All
damn.
my upgrade modules were gone. So like all the
Woo!
important stuff is what seemed to get like taken away. I lost like
Mm,
200,000 glimmer. And then
damn.
on top of it, somebody like went in my back room and got like a couple unstable charges of light. They took those too.
Yo, that had to be a horrible fit, bro. I don't even want to know what that feels like. Like I saw the tweets going out. It was you. It was Tassie. I was like,
Oh,
what
pretty
is?
much. I
Yo,
mean,
y'all
yeah, the
had me
whole
so
community
scared.
was.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not logging in. I was like, I'm not
No.
logging in. When y'all saw that, I said, mm-mm.
Yeah. So I logged in and I was like, what? So
Mm,
I was like kind of concerned. And I was like, hey, the longer I stay in, am I going to like register this bad data? So I literally just logged out. About an hour later,
mm.
they took the servers down. So they were only
Yes.
live for maybe an hour,
Mm-hmm.
hour and a half, and then they took them down. So anybody who did anything in that time,
Mm-hmm.
they had it that work was basically taken away because they
Right.
rolled back to pre-patch, which was basically 8:30 that morning. So it wasn't that
Mm-hmm.
long, but
Mm-hmm.
it was long enough that like I think one person tweeted it's like, oh, it feels bad that somebody like got the Hive armaments mod in that hour and a half.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah. What if
somebody
you?
tweet about that.
What was so like? What if you got like 1,000 voices in that hour?
I would be I That's
Yo,
why
you be
honestly I was like, I don't
sick.
care what's going on. Honestly, because I figured I was like,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna have to go back to like an old image. I don't think they're just gonna
Mm-hmm.
like shove currencies into everybody. So I was like, I'm not gonna do
Mm-hmm.
anything. Not worth it. It's going down. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Smart, smart man, smart man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
getting home to do
Mm-hmm.
all that did me nothing. So then finally about 9 o'clock came around and it's like, oh, it's back.
Mm-hmm. Nice,
Yeah.
nice,
What about
nice,
you?
nice.
Sleeping through it all, Mr. Vampire?
Yeah, man. I mean, I had all intentions to play, and then I saw the news, and you guys gave me a good jolt of fear, and I said I am not doing it, and I kept peeking my head out to see when it was safe, and yeah, then I saw the news go out, and I just want to comment on that because actually it really resonated with me because obviously I work in IT, and I used to do disaster recovery for a while, so look, the situation we definitely you don't wish that on any game. It's one of those things that, whatever the patch this patch did, it definitely broke the game in the save state of what people had. It took away things, which is a strange bug that it took away things. So that's scary,
Yeah.
right? So my whole thing was, okay, they did it. They must have realized it wasn't, it was a widespread problem. And then at that point, they do the rollback. Now, this is what people don't understand. Like companies in theory are supposed to have these, working and tested. I can tell you working as an IT admin, how many companies are truly not prepared for a large scale rollback and disaster recovery. And I've seen other games do this, which are single player games or whatever, just different games. And not to the scope of Destiny. Remember, Destiny is this living world, this breathing MMO, all these moving parts, all these currencies, all these things. And for them to do it, now granted, yeah, of course it took a while. This is server recovery. This is backup recovery. But for them to do it and then put you at that save state, which means their backups were accurate, their backups were on time, they were constant, they were doing full and incremental backups, and to put you back at that state unscathed, pretty much, you just lost an hour of work or whatever, but you
Yeah.
got all your stuff back. That is tremendous. And I know it's weird to give them kudos on a patch mess up, but at the end of the day, if you don't have good recovery backups, you're through. You could be through as a game, as a company. So salute to their IT team, their server team, because I know what that hell is. I've been in those rooms. I've been in those server rooms. It's a chaotic feeling. So to know that their system that's in place, their infrastructure in place is really good. Salute to them. And at the end of the day, you got your stuff back, man. It sucked, but hey, we lived through it, and we still here. That's how I look at it.
I mean, but seriously though, it's like, I mean, they were putting
Hmm.
out a patch, so I was like, I honestly wonder how frequently they do the backup
Hmm.
because I wonder, is like, hey, is it on like a daily basis? Is it,
Hmm.
before daily reset they do it? Because it was 8:30,
Yeah.
probably when it finished or had that data pulled as kind of like an image. And then
Hmm.
they took things down and started getting the patch. So is it like before the patch? Is this weekly? Is this daily? I kind of wonder
Yeah.
how frequent they actually do it, as
My
I can
my
only
guess.
imagine how big their image is. So
Yeah, my guesstimate is because of the size. When you're dealing with a game of that scope, because of the size of it, they wouldn't be able to do like I would assume they wouldn't be able to do like 2 or 3 different backups on a day. So they probably have a full backup, a weekly backup, and they have a daily backup. They probably like a set time in a day as to so maybe they do it right before a reset. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying, or whatever as a save state. So that's my guess. Usually with companies and servers of that size, I would assume that because those are that's a lot of storage. That's a lot of data to be backing up. That's not cheap. That's not cheap. So that's what I would assume. Probably in their case.
Yeah,
Hmm.
at this point, for everybody, back up your data, back it
Yep.
up, back it up.
There you
Have
go.
extra
There you go.
storage, save your
There you
important stuff
go.
in a fireproof safe, safety deposit box. I mean,
There you go,
2
brother.
copies cannot be safe enough. So,
No doubt. No doubt. What's going on, Part 5? What's going on, Dramatic? Vagabondo. What's going on? I see
yeah,
the faces coming in by the campfire. It's getting hot. I like that. I
getting
like that.
warm, sitting around
Hmm.
here, gathering a crowd. Weird.
That's right. We come huddle in, y'all.
It's story time, guys.
Story time. You already know with the cheetah and the ninja. You know how we
But
do.
I was gonna say,
Hmm.
how was Iron Banner for you? I know we wrapped that up last week. Did you get to play any? Did you care about it? Did you get
Yeah.
much time
I've
in?
been shout out to my man Gaming Forte. We were rocking out for a little bit. Got to play a bit of banner with him. Mostly knocked out all my pinnacles. You know what I'm saying? Got that done. Actually, because of Forte telling me because I need my savior title that I have to get those ritual weapons. So I got the sidearm. Sidearm's
Okay,
done.
sidearms,
That was
nice,
easy. That
quick.
was very easy.
Yeah.
Very quick. Right now working on Komodo. I got the hardest parts done. I got the precision kills, and I got the volume kills. Now I just got to get my behind in comp
Mm,
and just play
okay.
regular. I don't have to
Yeah.
play with it now. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this: Arbalest. I was getting busy with Arbalest. Like, yo, the little cheat, y'all. If y'all
That
whoever haven't done
thing's
that,
that thing's head tracking auto forgiveness is
bruh.
stupid, man.
It's stupid aim assist. Then let me tell you what's crazy
I'm over
though.
here.
Yeah, bro, you can aim like here, and it's still giving you headshot credit.
Yeah, it's
Like
ridiculous.
the thing that's crazy though is throw on the season mod linear fusion aim assist enhanced for only
Hmm.
2,
Oh yeah.
bruh. It is ridiculous. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like people are rushing me. Sometimes I get a body shot and a shotgun ape is coming at me, and I still have enough time to get another body shot off. It's crazy. So I just threw that on. I had linear fusion, scavenger. I was real sweaty. But I didn't care. I got it done. So now it's just a
Gotta do what you
matter
gotta
of,
do.
gotta do what you gotta do. It's a matter of getting in there. Surprisingly, the one that's taking the longest is the damn. That's a grind. It's
Python.
not
Yeah.
hard. It's just long.
Yeah.
That's what
Gambit
I feel.
grinds just every one of those seems just long for
Hmm.
whatever reason. You're just like, there's so many matches I gotta do.
Hmm.
Shotguns you gotta use. I mean, you could go triple shotgun if you want to.
Hmm.
I mean, you
Hmm.
could use Acreus, I hear some people use. I mean, that's an option.
Yeah.
Technically, tractor cannon is one too. Don't forget about that if you're going in there. So you got a couple
Oh
heavy
yeah, I was thinking
options
about that. Yeah.
that can get you some more big beefy kills if you want to use them. Tractor cannon,
Yeah, I
especially
gotta.
being void, is helpful in there.
Yeah, I gotta go more shotgun sweaty, I guess, because right now I'm doing Lord of Wolves, but I think my problem is the close-up kills, and because Lord of Wolves is technically a pulse
Yeah,
shotty, you know what I mean? So I think that's what my close-up shotgun kills are really going slow.
might have to go pull
So I
out
might
your
do that.
Ikelos or something like that just to go bust him in the
Yeah,
face.
might do that. Might go Ikelos, and then like you said, maybe boop cannon. I don't have Acurus on PC. I had that on my Xbox account. I haven't run
Mm.
Leviathan on what you call it on
It's like
PC. I
I've got
really
it on
the first
PC. I
one.
don't have the full. I have like one stage mind. I haven't done
Yeah,
Prestige Leviathan. I've just got the
yeah,
2 shot, whatever.
yeah, man. Used to have all that fun stuff, so I got to get that back. Got to get that going. To get that quest off my thing.
I
But
just need
yeah,
to
I mean,
raid more, man. It's like I never raid.
yeah, I
Like
never
I
raid
seriously never
too.
raid.
I
A
got to get
shame.
going. I got to get more raids going, man. That's definitely on me. But I will say this: shout out to PCLFG. I mean, they've been impressing me. I gotta just jump in there and do it. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing. It's always stuff they're running all the time. Hmm.
Yeah, Aaron Kills here in chat. He's like, "Don't at me with Gambit. Yesterday played 21 matches for Breakneck 19 ago." It's
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
it's a
remember that
grind.
grind. Woof.
Yeah, I remember Breakneck is a grind. That is a
And
grind, yo. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, trust me. Thank God for Gambit Prime though. At least it's one round. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
yes.
saying? But yeah, that Gambit, man. Yeah, you feel it sometimes. You feel that grind.
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's something about like when you're like, you either have so many matches, like Breakneck was like 40 matches. You're like, that just, I mean, that's 400 minutes at a minimum if you're
Hmm.
lucky.
Hmm.
Like, if you're lucky. And then matchmaking lately, like the time between matches
Matches,
recently
yeah,
and
yeah.
Crucible too, I was just sitting there waiting. I'm like, am I ever? I'm
Crucible's
like, I
been,
feel like when
yeah.
you read or watch, like, read two full
Crucible's the worst.
articles or like watch,
Yeah,
like, I'm like, I'm going on to like my next YouTube video as I wait.
yeah.
Somebody just built an entire PCD in my waiting time. What is happening right now? So,
Dude, it's I think it's we'll talk about things later, but one of the things that has to happen is just there's too many queues. There's just too many. And unfortunately they gotta clean that up before other things can come,
yeah.
as a whole. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, what
Hmm.
caused the whole big screw up of like losing currencies and like 10 hours of server time was a patch. Well, that patch
You
actually
sure?
finally went live. So,
Woo!
update 2.71.1 had some good things in there, some changes, couple weapons that people might want to actually pull out of the vault and see what's going on. One we just mentioned.
Hmm.
But a quick run through, you had things like activities, Pit of Heresy, like there's a transition between zones that was killing people. So, flawless runs were having issues. That's been fixed.
That sucks.
Garden of Salvation, the tethering is a bit more visually obvious that little
That's
tether
huge.
source is on.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Nightfall ordeals have been like reduced to like 1, 2, and 3 as opposed to like 1, 2, 5 or something like that. So just the number of ordeal completions you'll need.
Hmm.
Two biggest ones. I wanted to see if you'd tried either of them. Rampage, um,
Hmm.
proper stacking damage with onslaught on breakneck has
Hmm.
been adjusted, kind of.
Yes, kind of, sort of,
So
kind of,
yeah,
sort
I
of.
watched Astacross's video about that because he was able to, I guess, like jump in and try it in that like hour
Yes.
before it got shut down.
Hmm.
And it looks like the damage is better, but there's all like the
Hmm.
precision damage changes and stuff like that since Shadowkeep.
Hmm.
But also
Hmm.
when it comes to like rampage damage times 3, it knocks it down again. It's like it builds, and then it goes faster. So you have like 600 RPM, so normal rate, then it goes up
Hmm.
to 600 RPM, so it doesn't change it. Then it's 600
Hmm.
RPM with more damage, and then it just
Hmm.
goes a higher RPM, but like lowers the damage.
Lowers the damage.
And it like lowers it too far. His numbers were
Yeah.
just like I was like that doesn't seem right. So I mean, it's
Hmm.
not awful.
Hmm.
Throw a rampage spec on there, it's still doing some pretty good things. But just
Yeah.
if you can get rampage up to times 3 with that auto rifle, you may as well just be able to mow people down for just a little while. Like
I
feels like
think.
it. I mean, you go through 40 gambit matches and you bash your head against that for a little while. You may as well get to
Hmm.
enjoy, putting the rampage spec mod on there and then just, actually enjoying. If you get to times 3, you're like, oh, I'm not doing as much. I
Hmm.
mean, you fire fast, but it just could be better. I don't know. I know they're
Yeah.
worried
No, I
about
agree.
rampage times 3 breaking
Yeah,
something.
they're terrified. They're terrified of it. That's all this. They are scared of Rampage Chapter 3. That's all this is. They are trying to make sure this thing is not the de facto thing, which I don't like because I mean, like you said, the effort required to getting that gun, this is during the era of the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of grind. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, Bungie, come on. Don't be doing no decrease on the third level of Rampage. Like
It's just
it's,
even not
it's
like not
ridiculous.
as much as it is. Like maybe keep it somewhat in line, but it feels like it's like and then just take him out at
Yeah,
the
like
knees
why
on the
can't it
last
go?
one. Like
Or if you're gonna go down, you're so scared on the third one. Why can't it just go back to like level 1? You know what I'm saying? Like Rampage 1 or something. Still give a little bit of damage buff for maximum DPS, so you can feel like you're doing something. You know what I'm
uh,
saying? Like,
you line
uh,
up 3 kills in a row. It's like let me enjoy it.
let me enjoy it, man. But
Oh well.
anyway, giveth and taketh away.
Yeah. Another auto
Mm-hmm.
rifle that got a little boost. It's mostly not even a boost. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like corralled the bowl a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Adjusted scope feedback and camera shake on hard light. So I don't know
Yeah.
if you've tried it or pulled it from your vault. It's
Oh,
pretty
I've seen
tight.
it. I
Yeah.
seen it. I'm getting killed by it all the time.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
also noticed
yeah.
the catalyst. I don't have it finished, but I've got it,
Hmm.
and it's going to take the stability to 100.
Yes, that is a
So if you
huge
don't
deal.
have it, it's going to just laser that thing in, and no
Yeah,
damage drop off. All 3
none.
types in
Ricochet.
PvE for Nightfalls, and
Yep,
it's not like your
ricochet
screen's not
damage.
like
Yeah, doing all the craziness.
nah.
Yep. Now you got the ricochet damage too. I mean, it hard light is a big shout to Kai on that. Yes, I said he said hard light's good now. It's definitely good now. He was a hard light fan before buff.
Yeah.
So he's in heaven now. He's just mad like, oh, you guys not using my gun. Now that it's got the buff, you know? Mm-hmm.
A couple other things, like nothing major, but then there's 2 I read. I'm like, why? Why does this even matter? Fixed an issue where Leviathan's Breath and Xenophage started PvE activities, mind you, with more ammo than intended. Like, unless you're giving me 50 on Leviathan's Breath or like 6,000 on Xenophage, like
Mhm.
if it's within the cap, who
Yeah.
cares? Like,
Yeah,
I hate it when they're like,
that.
no, you can't start with too much ammo. Like, I should start with full ammo. What the hell? It's just me. I don't know if you guys had a chance to try Worm God Caress or Winter's Guile. They're back. They were available and then they're not again. They shut those down within a day because I just literally saw Glad's tweet after servers went up on Wednesday. Yeah, when servers went up, he's like, "Oh, they're still broken," and Bungie shut them down again. I was like, "Are you serious?" They weren't even 24 hours up and they're already broken again.
Already broke.
They changed around some mods. Trying to think of any other major stuff. There were some tweaked gameplay things. Like Sunbreaker's Titan Mortar Blast was like 70% in PvE. I was like,
Yeah.
apparently that thing was terrible before, but didn't even know it. Titans were healing themselves by bouncing hammers off walls. I didn't even know you could do that.
These things. Yeah, there's a lot of exploits. I'm like, oh, really? This was a thing?
Yeah, fixed an issue where which Roaring Flames was buffing solar weapon damage while standing in a well of radiance. I'm like, didn't even know. So apparently, now the one that you might enjoy fixed an issue that prevented warlocks from using blink after switching weapons or canceling
Ding,
sprint.
ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I had to stop using blink in PvE because I use it on PvE sometimes, and it's just like that switching, and even PvP is just like, man, like I felt like, is my controller lagging? Like it's not being responsive? And then I realized, oh, this is definitely a thing that's been going on. Yeah, that's been for the void locks. Y'all been feeling it, man. I know about that one, so it's time to dust that blink back off and get that going. Shout out to Dano for being petty, saying he never got to try these exploits.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I didn't even know they were a thing. So
No
that's
doubt.
and then the biggest one is probably for all of you related to the Black Armory and Izanagi's. They seem to have made getting that rare bounty especially a lot more reliable. Players that complete all available weekly and daily bounties will acquire a rare bounty within 5 days. So I don't know if you have to do like all 7 bounties and then do the dailies every day. I'm not entirely sure how to read that one. I'm serious. How would you read that?
No, yeah, I agree with you. It's worded strangely, right? It's like, do you complete all 7 and then get a guaranteed,
like 5 days
you know
later
what I'm
I
saying?
log in and it's there, or do I have to
Is
do
it
those
there?
bounties
Like,
every
yeah,
7
like,
days, like every day, 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, that's worded very strangely. But I will say this: that rare bounty is a huge part of that quest,
Oh, yeah.
and you know, having to deal with RNG on that part, and you have no control on when you're getting it.
They're never doing that again.
Exactly, like that was a problem. So I'm glad they addressed that. You know, and then like I said, for people who have jumped in post Black Armory, it's not like the days of, you know, when you could just hit the director and pick any forge. You know, you got the other RNG, daily RNG of which forge appears actually on the EDZ. Shout out to the cars going by. But yeah, so it's just like it's all this little extra RNG and stuff like that. So it's like, guys, if you ever get, please work on your Izanagi daily, knock it out, get it done. You definitely want that in your repertoire.
Yeah, it's solid. Your catalyst, it only takes 1 prestige run in Menagerie. Knocked that one out this like a weekend or 2 ago. So, and it's really not that bad. Like prestige now, didn't even feel that bad. Like we were doing it, knocked it out pretty fast. It was pretty good.
Like I said, the LFGs have been smoking on those. Like again, PC, Xbox, like you can get it done. I got mine's done literally. You know, I put the request in and it was like literally 10 minutes.
Nice.
Full room, boom, ready to go.
Well, I got a question for you, sir.
Yes.
Do you have Amazon Prime?
I do.
Do you have Twitch Prime?
I do.
You can go claim some stuff in game, and these are exotic cosmetics, by the way. Before you get too excited
Interesting.
about it,
Mm-hmm.
so basically, Bungie and Destiny 2 has paired up with Twitch Prime. So you guys have seen the rewards where you're like, oh, what's this reward? Oh, here's this random in-game thing. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Same idea. Just make sure your account is logged in on your Bungie page. Go to Twitch Prime, claim your stuff, and it's there's a ship. There's 2 right now. This month is like the Suros exotic ornaments, and then there's a ghost in there as well. So I think they're just going to be putting some Eververse stuff into Twitch Prime. Honestly, just ways for, companies to coincide and work together. Do you think this is a big deal? Do you even care? Were you just like, I probably have it all already? Any thoughts on this?
You know me. I don't mind ornaments. Exotics, yeah. I mean, Suros ain't hurt nobody, so I'm not mad at that per se. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see where this goes. You know me. I always want to keep my eye on them. You know what I'm saying? Just to see where it goes. But ornaments, I mean, a lot of this stuff is, older stuff. I want to shout out to Ask the Cross. Definitely seem to be gearing towards, players who like Destiny, that just haven't played 2 and, they're kind of bringing back Suros. Those type of weapons, if you're a D1 player, you understand, Suros was that thing. It's not like super meta now, but, kind of thing. I mean, it's older stuff. I'm not crazy. Now, again, we have to monitor. It's early. Sometimes we know how our good friends do. You know what I'm saying? With sneaking things in.
If you get all 6 months worth, that last one's going to be an exotic engram.
Exactly. So right now, okay,
exotic
but I'm watching.
engrams don't mean much anymore. They really don't.
They don't. That's true.
People are like, I will give my left arm for a void Luna faction boots or something like that. People are asking for, and then if they get one, it's trash or whatever. So if it stays cosmetics, I don't care. I really don't.
It stays cosmetic, it's fine, but it better not be. I better not be seeing Devil's Ruin type guns in there, and new stuff that you can't see in game. Then you're gonna hear me. You're gonna hear me. I'm going, fix your face. I see you just making the faces, but I'm telling you right now, they are good. If they keep it like this, I'm fine. Just we gotta watch it. That's all. They've been known. Inch into a mile. They've been known.
They've been honestly good.
Have you seen this Eververse store?
I'm saying it's still cosmetics. That's all I'm saying.
Have you seen our drops in game?
I know.
Versus the Eververse store.
I'm aware.
Okay. You are a dungeon connoisseur, would you say?
Oh, I know. Believe me, there was somebody had put a theory of like an armor set from the dungeon. I know.
Wouldn't you like some of this cool stuff that we're getting in the Battle Pass and in the Eververse?
There's a bigger argument there. I don't care how.
Let's go.
I don't care as much how I look if Armor 2.0 is still kind of wasting my time. So
all right, but that's another issue. That's okay. Armor 2.0 is another issue.
How much? We keep talking about how much resources do they have? I would rather them make Armor 2.0 better. Oh,
let's go.
Okay,
let's go. I ain't getting we getting it now. Let's go. Tag me in now. We ain't letting this one. So you mean to tell me that you think that because of the pinnacle reward cosmetics, they don't have enough resources to. They don't have enough resources. They don't have the time, the energy, the manpower to put in desirable ornaments and armor sets from a cosmetic standpoint. That's what we talk about. You are okay with this being solely in the Eververse store. Is that what you're saying, sir? I just want to be clear. Be clear here. The floor is yours now. We going.
My argument was not about that. My argument was I would rather them spend those resources of doing any of that type of stuff. Work on armor, make it better, make it matter more. Do I think some of the Ever stuff could absolutely be in the game? 100% agree. Yes, with you, 100%. And if you're going to say, hey, you're designing 4 armor sets, 3.9 of them should not be in Eververse. I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've never argued in that, really. I'm really
I just don't like all the resources of the art. Let's be honest, this art team is amazing. These ornaments are amazing. Everything, emotes, amazing. Just can we get a little bit back in the game based on gameplay? Like, I miss those days, man. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I agree. I thought you jumped off the roof for a second, but
Yeah.
you're back
Well, I mean,
in.
you also
You're good.
take okay. So consider this though too, and it's one of those
Mhm.
where like raids, like one of
Mm.
the things that set those other armor sets apart was like the hard mode. We don't even have
Yes.
the hard mode to make those
Yeah.
distinctions anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it would be fair to do ornaments for like the challenges.
Yes.
I
Thank you.
mean, they do some. I don't know if they have a
Perfect.
challenge for every single room, but I mean, just do a
Mhm.
challenge, you get an ornament. Maybe you do 5 challenges, even if it's the same five,
Yeah.
like one.
I
Your
agree.
5th challenge gets you that full
I
ornament set.
agree.
And
I
again,
agree.
like those are hard things to do. And
Mhm.
then you wouldn't even have to per se wear that armor. It'd be an ornament you could slap on anything and
You can
enjoy even
slap on
more.
the
Universal
yeah.
ornament by doing a challenge.
I would completely love that. And I think that would definitely calm down people who are looking at the Eververse store with a very listen, we know why it's there. We know it needs to exist. We definitely know that they're on their own. Finances are of our importance. But like I said, they just need to have a little balance with the gameplay, guys, because you want people to go in there for repeatable, objectives. Repeat like, man, I got a shot at that armor. I got a shot at that cool thing that I saw. Like that's kind of the hook for repetitive gameplay, and I
Yeah.
just don't want them to lose sight of that because I feel since Shadowkeep they've really pivoted in this Eververse only, direct. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
preach it, yeah,
Yeah.
preach it.
But also, I mean, on the other side, like the Nano Phoenix
Hmm.
ship
Hmm.
from Wrath of the Machine, the Nano Phoenix is one people grinded out forever. What if
Hmm.
there was just like a really one? They have so many like ships and stuff that they do.
Hmm.
One of those exotic ships, like make it the
Yes.
most badass of all of them,
Yes.
and put it in
Yes.
like the strike playlist or something, and like just a
Yes.
random like 0.01%
Mhm.
chance. You never know.
Mhm.
Somebody gets it, be like, oh,
I got it.
I get a ship from doing the strike. Is this
Mhm.
right? And be like, and it could just say source rare from strike playlist, and you're just like,
Facts.
and people might
I
play a few
agree.
more strike. Like, hey, I'll go do my bounty, see if I get that. And it could sit out there for a whole year, and you might never get it. But there's that little piece in the back of your head as you're playing through that strike playlist. Most of the
Mhm.
rewards in there totally suck. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
entire strike playlist is almost useless. So at
Yeah.
least they'd be like, hey, maybe I'll get this thing. Maybe I won't,
Yeah, man.
but
Yeah.
that type of stuff would be nice too.
I agree. Shout out to Spidey Sense. King's Fall ship was sweet. Yes, it
Yes.
was. I remember that. Those are the things you miss, man. Those things that stand out
Yeah.
for
I mean,
your
like the
accomplishment.
Whisper was unique because it had the gun, you had the
Mhm.
ship over the course
Mhm.
of like your 3 runs, you had the catalyst. Like
Yes.
you had so
Yes.
much from that one mission, and I feel like
Mhm.
that was done so well. And
So
remember, they
well.
made so much money from that one to pay for other things
Mhm.
because it was
Mhm.
cool. You could spend your time in there. You'd have to go
Mhm.
back in there, and you're like, man, I spent like 6 runs in here. Yeah, I guess I'll buy an ornament. Of course, because I put so much time into this one thing.
Mhm. Mhm. Very true.
But yes, no, I agree with you that Eververse is heavy-handed at this point for what it holds. I would like to see them, and again, all these things people ask for, strike-specific rewards, vendor resets. I
Mhm.
mean, there's a lot of different ways to do these things. I
Mhm.
mean, things like vendor resets at this point, I think the idea of the way the obelisks are done, like
Yeah.
leveling them up
Yes.
and like, hey, here's a couple mods, new mods in the
Mhm.
game. Cool. Here's
I
a
like
couple
that.
weapons. Here's some perks to like, here's a perk for EDZ. Well, at some point in the season, the flashpoint's likely to be each planet almost twice
Right.
because there's what, 7 or 8 of them now.
Mhm.
So somewhere when you make it to that planet, or if you're like, hey, I'm gonna go run some lost sectors. Hey, in lost sectors, you get a higher chance at fill in the blank. Like just give me
Yep.
something. All those
Agreed.
types of things, and then make them like year long, or just continue to like I don't know. But there are ways to
Mhm.
take some of the stuff they're like testing and
Mhm.
just disperse it to more of the game to give
I
everything
agree.
else a little bit of value.
Completely agree. Mhm.
But it's not as much as we came to talk about. We have the TWAB this week.
Woo!
And we know what's coming next week. So, for those of you guys who haven't heard, I hope you have been farming
Mhm.
your fractaline.
You better.
How much you got? I'm curious, actually.
4,000-y,
You're not bad.
maybe.
You're not bad.
Yeah, like 4,000. Definitely hit the 4,000 mark. Slow mo, what's going on, sir? Slow mo in the building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, after the hiccup on Tuesday, we knew we had a swab
Mm-hmm.
coming because next week, since Bastion already was out, we did all our quarters of time stuff. Next week is
Mm-hmm.
the Empyrean Foundation. This is basically our last kind of major thing on the calendar, would you say?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
I will read this one straight out and then we shall discuss.
Let's get to it.
All right, so the Empyrean Foundation. Next week, the Empyrean Foundation rebuild effort begins. Saint 14 will ask all Guardians to contribute building a beacon that will be a foundation for things to come next season. I wonder what that could mean.
What could that be?
Redacted. The Tower Obelisk will be the focal point of this event, so be sure you have it unlocked and ready to go, as it is going to have some hefty benefits to take advantage of. Players will need to come together to contribute resources toward a common goal. To participate, players can donate their fractaline using the Tower Obelisk. The event will have 7 stages, each requiring increasing amounts of fractaline to progress through. There will also be a hologram at the tower where you can able to track the community progress in-game. I do have to pause. That's amazing. Got a shout out.
Isn't that cool when you can track something in-game as a community? You can see something
in-game. You can do this.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Like when you get a community involved and you track it in-game? That's amazing.
And you can look and be like, look, I made it bump like half a mini pixel.
And everyone can see their progress? Wow, that is remarkable.
Woo! Of course, we aren't going to ask you to fork over your hard-earned fractaline without providing some benefits. Here's what's in it for you. Contributing to the Empyrean Foundation costs 100 polarized fractaline. Contributing generates a 25% flat progression for all time lost weapon bounties in your inventory. Come back to that one. Your Tower Obelisk will generate polarized fractaline for you each week, equivalent to its resonance power.
Okay.
Increase its resonance power by upgrading other obelisks. So I don't know how much.
What other?
So I have all of mine at 11. The other 4.
Me too. Yeah,
do they want you to get them up to like 15 or 20? And like, are you wasting your fractaline by putting it in there? I don't know. It's weird. So we'll see. Players who donate more than 5,000 polarized fractaline before the end of the season will earn the triumph and emblem seen below. Everyone in the community will also receive a shader when all stages are complete. Here's a look at the community goals for the 7 stages. 400 million, 700 million,
wow,
1.2 billion, and then stage 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all question marks, which somebody was saying they're probably going to watch and adjust depending on how the community, like, how fast they blow through it.
How fast they blow through it, yeah.
Now, the other thing is I hope they don't, like, skew it to be like, oh, you guys donated, like, 1.2 million on the first day and be like, that's everything we saved up. You better not screw us on the last ones, because if everybody just, like, dumps everything on day 1, it's like, cool, where are we at? And we're like, okay, we're on stage 4. You can't make stage 7, like, 3 times as far because people have been saving this stuff up for, like, 2 months. Yeah. They're not going to be able to get as much in the last month, so hopefully the numbers are reasonable. So, data mined efforts were fairly accurate. I mean, stuff we had heard out there, the magic 5,000 number seemed to be a thing. What do you think? We're not covering what this could be for, just what do you think about the foundation, the efforts, and just kind of another community project?
He's got me under NDA, y'all, because y'all know what I want to talk about. So I can't. So based on the information that is provided on screen,
this call will be over.
Exactly. Listen, another community of a style event. The data miners were on the ball. They hinted that this would be something to that nature, that we would need 5,000 fractaline for something. This is what I consider cool tricks to get the community involved during a slow period. You know what I'm saying? Now, I still like the thought of it, and as long as they continue the lore aspect of it and handle it in the same way they handled Saint 14 story, the same way they do in the narrative banter, and if they do that well, I just don't want to show up and we're just reading text. Yes, Guardian, it's done. Osiris, Saint are happy. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that loses the weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you really, if you're going to do community only events in this respect, you want it to have that reverence. That's what y'all wrote. You needed to have that reverence, that respect of what we are building is important, and and put some weight on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Yes, I do know Pig Latin, and I'm not gonna do it because he's gonna get mad at me, and I can't. He got me on the NDA now. That's the new thing. We Hollywood now, so we gotta do NDA. But that's what I got on Empyrean Foundation that we know of so far. man,
Yeah,
where you
I
at?
mean, I do like I'm kind of wondering as, we're going to be basically contributing everything toward a common goal, kind of building
Mhm,
whatever rebuild efforts. Then they're saying building a beacon. I honestly wonder if they have like art
mhm.
stages set up for like the stages we go through.
Yeah.
Like if the tower obelisk is truly kind of the base of something we're constructing.
Mm,
So the way they have the 7, 8, 9 weeks where we went through
mhm,
for the portal, honestly
mhm,
wonder as the stages progress, like, hey, you hit stage 1, tower looks different.
mhm.
I
That'd be
honestly,
dope.
I don't know where whatever we're building is going to be located.
Right. It seems tower centrally based. Seems like the tower obelisk is gonna have a huge role here.
Yeah, so it's like if it does build in there, it would look cool at least.
Mhm, mhm.
So kind of curious if they do any like in-game visual representation besides like a baby hologram.
Yes, that's a good point. That's a good
Because I
point.
mean
How do you
the portal thing was
mhm.
pretty cool.
How do you feel about a community event of this nature in general?
I mean, they're always cool. I like there is
Mhm,
something in game. So this is
mhm,
like their first time because they tried the Mars one being like, hey, you got to go push back on Mars, like go do all these nightfalls and go open all these resonance stems and all this stuff.
mhm,
And yeah, you could check Twitter and you could see it, but there's nothing in game saying like, hey, you hover over Mars and be like, hey, the community effort's at like 75% or something. Like, oh,
right,
cool. I'll go run another one because we're getting closer.
right.
This one, you could literally log in and be like, where are we at? How we doing? How long is this thing going to take? When
Mhm,
we get this thing to come out, it's February 4th. The next season comes out March 10th. So we've got like 5 weeks in there. So
mhm,
all of those pieces are going to be. I like how it's in game.
mhm,
And I guess we can go through a couple of these bullets to say contributing
mhm,
generates a 25% flat progression to your time loss weapon bounties. So if you
mhm.
hold 3 time loss weapon bounties and turn in 400 fractaline, are they done?
Yeah, that's a good question. That is a very good
So like,
question.
hey, I want to farm weapon. Well, I have 5,000 to turn in. So perfect paradox, perfect paradox, perfect paradox. Bam, 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 bam. 3 guns. Like, is that how
Mhm.
you read that?
That's how it reads to me. I
Okay.
mean,
No, I was like, I mean,
yeah, like it seems like you do your part with that 5,000 donation, right?
mm,
I
because they
don't
said
understand.
they're
Yeah.
gonna not make you fork your hard-earned fractaline without providing some benefits.
Hmm.
So you can either upgrade your resonance rank, which I still don't know if I'm gonna why I would put anything into the other tower obelisks or the other obelisks
Hmm.
on other planets,
Right.
just to make those like 11 or 12 or 13. I don't know why
Hmm.
you would take those any higher if I can just like
Hmm.
literally get free weapons for putting it in the tower.
That's what I'm
So they're
saying.
gonna have to explain that a little bit more. And again,
Yeah.
being vague, not always the good thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, hey, if you have all your obelisks up to like rank
Hmm.
15, when you log in the next week, you're gonna get like 1,000 fractaline. You'd be like,
Right.
that's actually not so bad. So
Hmm.
that type of stuff, again,
Hmm.
little clarification. Hopefully we get
Definitely.
or would be nice to have.
Yes.
5,000 may sound like a lot if you haven't been playing, but I mean, I've been pretty casual. I
And
really have. Like, I finished my obelisks. Just like
hmm.
now, you have the Saint daily bounties. That's 200 a
Hmm.
day. You have your
Yep.
weeklies on each character.
Yep.
That's 800. Even if you've been
Hmm.
doing it fairly slow, like you needed
Hmm.
8,800 for all the 4 planetary obelisks.
Yes.
So then on top of that, you needed 5,000 most. So you need 13,800. Your
Yeah.
total grand for every tower obelisk and then, or every obelisk and then the emblem would be 13,800.
Yeah. I think that's and I think what really helps is when you upgrade a lot of these obelisks that really actually give you bonus fractaline in other activities
Yeah.
while playing, Gambit, while playing, Sundial, while playing Crucible. When you have those random increased chances to get a drop, so that and then you couple that with that consumable that they have at the tower, right?
Yeah,
Where you
that's
pick
the.
it up and
Mhm.
yep, different activities give it to you, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So if you play, and again, I've been same like you, like, in and out, semi-casual this season, and I've gotten, close to 5,000 already. And
Yeah.
it goes to show you, as long as you upgrade those obelisks and you unlock those bonus fractaline segments, you should be fine.
Yeah.
E, you got a good video out on that, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Watch your video on that one. It's good.
Um, but yeah, I haven't grinded for Python yet, so I know I'm gonna
Yeah.
get some in there.
Oh, yeah. I'll be living in there.
Yeah. So overall,
Hmm.
it seems like it may sound like a big number at the start, but as much
Yeah.
as we've been playing, I mean, go play your Sundial a couple times. You'll get a few in there.
Hmm.
You get 10 for every run. at the end of like your week, you get a few.
Mm.
So just a lot of places for it.
Mm-hmm.
I
WD
will
got a
say,
good point. Go ahead.
oh, hold on. Let me
Mhm.
read. The combined total of the planets increase their resonancy power. If you have them all at 11, your tower resonance is 4,600. That 4,600 will be the free fractal you get every week. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we gonna be eating.
4,600 a week?
Yeah, wishful thinking. I'm in the same boat. I got all my obelisks at level 11. I'm in the
Oh, I
same
know
boat.
yeah, you're talking about that's right now. Yeah, I remember seeing that number. I just haven't
Mm-hmm.
looked at it since I maxed them all out and everything, but that
Right.
sounds right. So, well, yeah, if that's the amount of fractal line you get, then that's huge,
Yeah,
actually.
sure.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say once you get them all up, you don't need to go still dump more in there. It does seem
Yeah.
more efficient to probably go like if you're looking for weapon rolls, just literally
Mhm.
pull a couple bounties, donate
Mhm.
stuff to the tower, knock them
Yeah.
out. Like that
Knock 'em out.
seems once you get up to 11, because yeah, getting 5,000 a week would be crazy. But if that's the
Yes.
way that works, that's going to give
Mhm.
you all the weapon rolls you'll ever need. And maybe, and that actually might make more sense with with what Prescott is saying. As we
Mhm.
go through these stages, if we're able to donate that much per our week, plus whatever you get in game, then these numbers start seeming a little more reasonable.
Yes, I agree. I agree. 'Cause it was a little daunting at first. I'm like, even though the community is huge, I was like, what if everyone's not playing? Like, how's that? So yeah, that's a good point. I think it's going to be a combination of that and that weekly stack that you get based on the levels of tower residence of your obelisks and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think of the emblem, by the way? Somebody had a funny thing out there. I think it was Python, Protheon on Twitter. The
Yeah.
2 eyes and then the long emblem underneath, like the curve of it looks like kind of a
Mhm.
smirking smile, almost like a Cheshire cat kind of smile. Do
Yes,
you see it?
I
He
see
said
it
that.
now.
Now I can't not see
Yeah,
it.
now I
was like,
can't
oh, crap.
unsee it. Yo,
I
yes,
can't
that's a good
unsee
point.
the Cheshire cat
Cannot
smile.
unsee it.
So
That's
that one was
funny.
like, really? You're kind of breaking me here.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I
So
like
it's
it.
kind of cool. I mean, it's a unique
Yeah.
emblem. It's kind of got that like, I don't know. I don't want to
Mhm.
say fractal line look to it, but it's got like
A
it's
little
got a,
sh-
yeah, I
like
don't even know.
shimmery.
Almost magic eye, shimmery kind of
Mhm.
little bit. Yeah. So I'm cool
Yeah,
with
I
that.
like
It
it. Yeah, I'm
seems
cool with it.
unique. I know we get an emblem and a shader for doing all this 5,000, but the bigger
Mhm.
event that happens will be when it's finished. So we'll get to that a little bit
Mhm.
later.
Mhm.
They have been tweeting out, guys. If you haven't been following like Bungie Store's Twitter and stuff, follow them. They've been doing
Mhm.
some tweets about giveaways and things like that. There's a lot of lore books on the store stuff on all that stuff. So
Yeah.
definitely follow them. Just a reminder, the Guardians for Australia, they are still doing that T-shirt as well for a little while. I think it
Yes.
goes through like mid-February. So if you haven't got your chance to
Mhm.
get into one of those, it's a cool looking T-shirt. I'm like,
Mhm.
it's just literally like spaceship sitting on kangaroo, just like
Mhm.
it just looks cool. I love the
Yeah.
like who designed that shirt did an awesome job.
Mhm.
But
Capturing the essence.
overall, I don't
Mhm.
think there's that much else.
Mhm.
Somebody like actually
Oh,
put
there's
an,
something else.
my God,
Listen, man.
can
This
you hold
NDA
on
stuff
5
is
damn
hard.
minutes, sir?
This NDA stuff is hard, man. Let's get to it.
Good luck going to Bungie then. My God.
Mm-mm.
And be like, he's having trouble not saying something that people already have out on the internet. Much
Oh,
less
listen.
the stuff that's out there.
Listen, 100. You can invite me anytime. Don't you listen to him. I can keep that. If you invite
The
me,
last
I
word
have
will happily
no
go.
problem
I
keeping
will
it
throw
secret.
away the key. Yeah.
Yes, hurry up.
But it does seem like a somewhat quiet week, right?
Very quiet. I was actually surprised how quiet this 12 was.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very lax.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Somehow
man.
we covered most of what's going on with the week in about 45 minutes.
In about 45 minutes. Like,
That's weird.
bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so do you think this Empyrean Foundation is going to be what carries us to the end of the season? Is this, do you think, like kind of our last bit? Do you think there's anything else in those final 3 weeks after Crimson Days?
I thought I remember them saying, don't quote me on this, but I thought I remember them saying there are no more, or someone saying there are no more secret exotics or exotic quests for the season. So, the vibe I'm getting, look, right now it is January 31st, right?
Yep.
And we're February. From what I understand, the season, season of the Redacted will be most likely March 10th or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
The
hearing.
days in the Season pass will tell you it's March 10th.
March 10th. Okay. So that's basically, technically this is February. So this is like a month, right? So we got Crimson Days in there. I think this is going to be this all gung-ho community effort for a month. I really do. I think
not much else for you.
I can't see. I mean, I would like so, but I can't see it. I think that they're gonna, they're doing this with the levels, and if we get 5,000 subscribers, we get 5 million subscribers, and you're gonna get this, and then if you get 10, it's like it's creating fake engagement to act like we're doing something. Let's just call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I'm not knocking the hustle. Y'all got nothing left for this season. You know what I'm saying? We know there wasn't no dungeon. I respect your trickery this time. As long as you respect us with good lore, and from what I've heard, you respected us. So, I know what this is. This is the shell game. This is the hustle. Let's try to keep them engaged with all this fraudery as much as we can until we get it fraudery. Come on.
Fraudery?
This is why. Come on. Let me tell you why it's fraudery. It's the same bounties we're going to be doing from the obelisks. It's the same thing. We're going to be literally doing the same thing. Kill 5,300 Cabal,
5,300 Cabal.
Yeah, kill 6 times, fallen captains, go to this planet, shoot this guy. What we've been doing. There's nothing, unless there's some new development, there's nothing else I anticipate that's going to be new. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying 5 weeks of Fractaline farming, end of season transition, whatever big moment is, season of, what are we, season 10? Is that the right number?
Yeah.
Okay.
11, I forget. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
8 was Undying, 9 is this for Dawn, so I think 10. Why does that sound off?
Sounds off.
I feel like they never were on the right track. Like 8 should have been Opulence as like the end of the second year, but it wasn't. Like the season started weird.
Yeah, this is what I anticipate. Again, they just got to finish it narratively well. I knew what I was getting into. I'm not really upset because I don't mind this particular grind. Uh-oh, Vagabond on me already. He said, "Don't worry, God, we will send you a Valentine's Day." Listen, this is what your $10 is getting you. People, remember, this is $10. This is not $30. This is not Shadow Keep. This is $10. If you think they're gonna have us doing, some fly new missions, and I don't see it. All I expect is just some nice Saint lore, some nice Osiris. We want to see how this transitions into the next season. As long as that's done narratively well, maybe sneak a sentiment in there, wrap it up, and then they can, hit us with the fraudery. You guys did it. You amassed 16 million. And for now you're gonna get 2 emblems, and you're gonna do this, and we know the fraudery. Like, just get us to the season and what I want to talk about.
Such harsh words of fraudery.
This is fraudery. It's good fraudery. It's understandable fraudery. It's. I get it. You got nothing. It's like your man. You ever have a friend and he's just not doing well financially right now, and you're just like, look, I understand. You have big ideas. You thought you were going to take us to Outback. You thought you were going to do all these cool fly restaurants or whatever. But we going to the dollar menu. We going to McDonald's today because that's what the budget allows. That's where we at right now. The budget is allowing us to be on the value meal for right now. Next season, we might step up to Outback. We might step up to the steakhouse. We might do something fly next. But this month, we are
working at McDonald's, and then we're taking our lady out. We're going to Applebee's. We are
next month. We might go to Applebee's. We might go to Chili's.
Applebee's. Oh, Chili's. Now Chili's is up there now. Come on.
Yeah, that's prime. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a while before we go to those cool spots, and I'm okay with that. Last season.
So hold on. Let me see if I can translate this. So
yes,
Destiny 3, if that ever happens, that's like the trip to Ruth's Chris. That's like your steakhouse, fine dining, wine, $300 a person.
Yes.
Crazy town meal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have expansions.
Yes.
Those are stepping down to Saltgrass. You've got your mid-tier steakhouse.
Yes.
Okay,
Still get a little
then
dessert though. You still get a little
yeah,
dessert.
get some dessert. I mean, they got a decent wine pairing in there, but not like a
Yeah.
massive selection, not like a book of a wine menu.
Mm-hmm.
Then we take it down to, so that was like your September expansions like Shadowkeep. So then, now that's a leap if you go from like Saltgrass to like the Mickey D's drive-thru, or are we like the Applebee's sirloin that's like shoe leather? Like, where are we at?
Bro, you talk about what was season of
Season of Dawn.
Oh man, this is
because it is like you've honestly been like, hey, like the way you've described this season, you're like, hey, I don't have a raid, I don't have a dungeon. I've actually been having a lot of fun this season, so you're giving it a lot of crap.
I'm giving it
be like,
you know what this is? This is the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Like it's all this hype. But it's still just the Popeyes chicken sandwich. You know, it's not this grandiose thing. It's, wow, this is better than I thought it was going to be, right? That's what this is the Popeyes chicken sandwich one. This is what it is. It's really not no fine dining. It was just packaged nice. It impressed us more than we thought it could.
In a cardboard clamshell?
Yeah, you know, they came out, the guy put it out. You know what I'm saying? He came with, you know, in the restaurant with the thing with the lapel, and he served it to you like... He's laughing. That's what they did to us right now. They put that chicken sandwich on some fine tablecloth, and they put out the good silver. There you go.
Kate does not approve. Kate and his chicken do not approve of that chicken sandwich.
This is a classic segment. This is a classic last word segment, by the way. So yeah, man. I mean, I get it, man. You know, it's just it's that friend that, you know, he's not doing well this month. You go over to family house, and that's all they got to serve you. But they served it to you in their best utensils, their best plates. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, you know what? I respect this. The chat is going
Prescott's
crazy.
like, I think Ruth's Chris is a little high for D3. I don't know how to stagger them.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's an Applebee's sirloin in there, and that's like your Season of the Drifter, where you're like, I got more than I thought, but it's like burnt to a crisp and it's overdone. Like,
yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, it's that Season of Drifter. That Season of Drifter steak, man. Whew.
That sirloin was like shoe leather, and it was well done. I had to get out the like band saw just to cut that thing in pieces. It's like, why do you have a weed whacker over there? Have you chewed this thing?
Yeah, that was shoe leather right there. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. But we'll see how this thing wraps up. And yeah, so
yeah, I'm making you hold on as long as possible.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right, so for everybody out there, this is the fair warning. This is going to be spoiler talk, data mining. Heads up. Now, there are YouTube videos that may have tripped into your Twitter and YouTube feed, and you may hear about this already. If you don't want to know what is coming for the next season, now is your time to tune out. We thank you guys for tuning in. I am Ebontis, EBONTIS on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and all those fun things. Quick run out for where they can find you. Make it like 10 seconds.
At Lord Cognito and Iron Podcast YouTube and lordsofgaming.net. You can check me out while we talk about.
So, yeah. And boop. So, boop. We're going to give you guys 5 seconds. If you guys don't want to hear anything about what potentially has been farmed, seen, popped up, all of these different places or otherwise, we are going to get into it in 5. Plenty of warning here, so if you don't want to hear it, it's your fault. 4.
You still hear that?
This is still here. You want to hear it. 3. If you guys are still in chat, you don't want to hear spoilers. There's no coming back. Everything else is spoilers. So this is your end of your episode. 2. And then my final pinky finger to you right here. This is it. Fancy teacup. And
that's it.
It's on the table.
Right. Unleash. There's no more food talk. Now we can get to it.
I feel like I've been talking for a minute. So Cognito, I feel like you got something you got to get off your chest.
You know what? I am so happy that I am worthy to talk about the next subject. Woo! Let's get it, man. So the prophecy is true. It has come to this day, the day that I've waited so long, so patiently. There's been so many Last Word podcasts that I have bitched and complained, that I have my head's been in the ground, and PvP community, damn it, this is our day. It is official. Every star, every dot, everything has aligned. And man, this is a great day. So shout out to our man. What's our man name? Jinsor, right? our man Jinsaw. So with that latest patch update, there's been some data mining. And yeah, man, so it looks like Empyrean Foundation is leading to something, you know what I'm saying? And then basically we talked about the data mining of the fractal line and what it's gonna do. And part of that restoration will be restoring trials. Trials of Osiris. Not trials of the one chick sock.
Doesn't it say restoring the lighthouse?
Restoring the lighthouse.
It doesn't technically say that.
Yes, it does. Shout out to my man Jinsaw. Okay, this is what they pulled from. This is the exact sentence they pulled from the data mine. With the restoration of the lighthouse complete, Trials of Osiris has returned. My man, you know what I'm saying? He's back. And more will return, and we got the name of the new season, in Season of the Worthy. Let's get it. So it is official. This is what they've been stalling us with Popeye's chicken sandwiches and all this light food for this. You know, we knew this was coming. Shout out to all the people. What was it? Fruit and these guys, and was it True Vanguard? All those guys we knew who are Trials veterans, guys that we knew do nothing but PvP. Some guys that don't even play Destiny anymore, that they flew out and we were told it's not for the Season of Dawn, because we all remember we got all hyped for Season of Dawn, like, yo, this might be the one, but this is the predecessor. So that's why, again, I have been patient. I've been cool because I knew that this day would happen. It just feels good to be vindicated. Only probably person that said it besides me was Paul Tassi, so I got to give Tassi credit. But I was on this. I told y'all it was coming. I told you. So this is my moment. I'm very excited, but I wanted to say this. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm not going to act like just because Trials comes back, Destiny is saved. No. But I will say that it is such a shot in the arm for the PvP community, which we know those numbers are down. Regular population numbers are still high. PvE, all the other stuff, that's still solid. You know what I mean? But now it's like, boom, you know, here comes the PvP thing. So I want to see how they handle it. I want to also see, because we know it can't be a PvP only season, right? They're not going to do a Season of the Drifter. There's going to be a PvE activity. So now that you hear that, and now that you've got the information, because you're the one that broke it to me in a text, and I was like, what? Where's the data mine? Okay, let me see. Okay. I want to know what you thought when you heard the news and everything that broke.
There was a split second when I saw Season of the Worthy. I thought somehow that actually was related to like opulence and callous or something like that being part of it. Just literally for half a second. I was like, oh, that. But I was like, kind of went away when I figured out anymore. But there was a tease of mine because I was like, he's still sitting out there. I was like, where are we going to go? Season of the Worthy and then Season of like the Unworthy as we go into like Season of like our death or something with the stuff that we got in Quarters of Time, because something's going to kill us. So I was trying to see if there was a leap there in my head. Yes. Then I started to see more of like this thing on screen about, hey, as you rebuild this thing and it makes the lighthouse and we're going to get these activities back. I was like, okay. So I haven't actually thought that deep on per se, like Trials coming back. Cool. It's been building. Elimination's been there. We know they've been working on it, taking feedback.
Right.
But I can honestly like count. It takes more fingers than one hand, at least, to be like pretty major people like, dude, PvP is broken. I'm tired of it. Or it's like you work on these certain things and depending on the quest and stuff. I know the meta's never perfect. 100% no, it's not. And I'm aware of that. But on the other side, I am honestly still wondering if the rose-colored glasses of Trials this is a legitimate thing because I want Trials to succeed. I want PvP to have like an in-game grind to go for. And I know there's always going to be DDoSers. There's always going to be people like using the heavy meta weapons and just like the cheapest stuff they can, going for their Trials card.
Have you seen the bad habits by Deej and the team lately?
They have, but there's always going to be more. There's more people that figure it out. So I don't mean to say that I don't want it to be successful. I am just hoping that they do pull off a good launch, a somewhat clean activity, as much anti-cheat as they can in there. So people that do have like this high bar in their mind from D1, and you've got people that come in, like you take some of the big streamers, the Crafties, the Lupos, who used to do this, who are so much bigger now. If they start streaming and they're getting like stream sniped, or if they're getting cheated on, or if they're getting DDoSed while they're doing these things, I mean, I think everybody's probably going to need a VPN. Maybe Bungie has like a pairing with NordVPN in the background, but
hilarious right now.
All of those things, I'm just hoping it goes smooth enough that it can successfully build something back into the game that's been missing. I don't want like the state of cheating and the state of DDoSing and PC making DDoSing that much easier, and Steam not hiding stuff, not hiding your all of that stuff. I don't want it to take away, because PC makes it even more. And I know a decent chunk of the population is on PC as well.
Yes.
So that's where I worry about cheating, hacks, aimbots, all those things. That's just my worry.
No, I get it. I guess this is where I struggle with the guys who say, I don't know if it should come back because of the cheating and because of, and the people that say, oh, rose-colored glasses, and, let's not forget, when D1 and Trials was at its height, right? The meta was probably the most horrible. We had old school Thorn. We had Icebreaker. We had all these one-hit kill. Back then, the metas of D1, let's not forget, were like, every meta was like only 2 weapons were on top. You had the meta of like the Vex. You had the meta of the Suros regime. You had the meta of rocket launchers like Truth and Gallahorn obliterating squads, right? So it just makes me laugh when people go, you can't bring it back because it has to be, you know what I'm saying? Now, I get your point on the cheating. I'm going to get to that part. But as far as the meta is concerned, I don't want to hear it. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, I play this PvP. And I've said it since D2 has come along. Outside of when they had that horrible launch, when they thought it was cute to bring double primaries and that slow plotting 4v4 garbage of Trials of the Nine, you know what I'm saying? It was trash. And it wasn't even elimination, right? So all you got to do is you bring back elimination, which they've been betaing, right? 3v3 elimination. You have trial-specific maps that only certain maps, like, Burning Shrine, those classic 3v3 type, you know what I'm saying, maps, you have those in play, right? Now, as far as the meta, you have to admit, playing, for the times that you do play PvP, how many times are you sitting there screaming at the screen that, from a gun perspective, that you getting killed by this one gun? Not in D2. D2, you can name about 6 to 8 guns. You'd be like, oh, damn, beloved. Damn. Oh, this guy hit me with, Outbreak. Oh man, this guy hit me with this scout or whatever. It's always of course there's going to be the shotgun apes here and there, but sidearms are in a better place in PvP right now. Shotguns and fusions right now. Aaron Till, the Voop boys, the Voop gang. Voop gang's out here.
As Archie said, Aaron Till's a sniper right now.
Bro, Wizen Rebuke, right? So what I'm saying is, there's enough in every archetype of weapon to be dominant. That's a good meta. That's what people don't realize. It's a better meta. And I make the argument it's a better meta now, D2, than D1 was. Now, where the issue I have, and this is a Bungie problem, is, of course, cheating, right? Yeah. Of course. This is where I'm with you 1,000%. Cheat practices got to be, it has to be heightened. You can't be letting people DDoS. You can't be letting dudes run wild. You can't be doing the fake carrying and the fake cards and all that. I'm with you on that. They have to know this coming in. They have to know it. You know what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately, they're at the mercy of peer-to-peer. There's nothing we can do about that aspect. The only thing I would say is you kind of got to velvet rope it. You know what I'm saying? I feel when trials come back, it cannot be a free activity. Sorry.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Got to get the cops out on it, right?
You can buy the season pass a la carte. So that's actually a way for them to say, hey, if you want to play trials, $10, you get part of the season.
Trials debuted in this season. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you need to have that season. You got to pay. So all I'm saying is that's the first little wall It's not going to stop everybody, but that's a big one because if you put it free to play, now you're opening up the masses on PC to get buck wild with that joint. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I mean, other than that, the key to me, I'm not even scared about none of the stuff most people are scared of. You know what I'm scared of? The rewards.
Yep.
The
That's where I was gonna get to now.
have to be good. Because if you do all this, right? This is the problem with Destiny 2 right now.
Yep.
They have these great activities. Dope activities. And then at the end, you're like, bro, I did all this for this. Nah. So you got, drag. You can reskin. I'm cool with reskinning. If it's classic vintage stuff that people want, it has to be Trials of Osiris stuff. It has to be cool looking. You get bring our Egyptian themes back, bring all that. Ideally, I would like Saint 14 to be the announcer. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a cool, funny take, him talking Russian and getting you laughing, and you know what I'm saying? Reimagine life. Give Brother Vance a role, please. Let's get his voice actor in here.
Let Brother Vance know that Osiris is there. He's like, oh man, at some point I will meet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Brother Vance has got the shaft of like years.
Bring back, this is what they got to do. They got to bring back literally how it was towards the end, where you have your trials bounties. You have to give something to the casual now. You can't make it team sweat and they don't get nothing to play for. So remember, the trials bounties would say, hey, just play this amount of matches, get these amount of kills, and you still got a chance. You may not get the adept version, right? But you still got a chance. Also, maybe put some exotics and stuff like that. The weapons got to be cool. The armor's got to be cool. Everything is down. If you put those rewards to powerful yet cool looking rewards, you will get the community. That's all you got to do. One thing about Destiny players, when those videos come out and it's a cool gun and it's a cool thing, and you hear when you did a good job. When you hear Aster Cross say, oh, that's nasty, boys. When you hear him say, oh, it's nasty, boy. When you hear Fallout plays jump out and say, if you want to be a Crucible King, you got to have. When you hear those voices, that's when they nailed it. That's all you got to do. It's simple. Just nail that and they got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Shout out to Seg Free, Armor 2.0, D2 Trials. What would they do? Bro. I will live in the Eververse store if they put in ornaments with D1 trials.
How much money are you going to spend next season?
Throws 100? Money at screen.
100?
I'll play a whole straight up 100. I'll play for the whole set. Give me the Warlock with the Anubis head, with the Amun-Ra suit. Man,
somebody
got me looking like a pharaoh out here.
Somebody catches you streaming and be like, why does Eververse say sold out?
So
literally, I'm take no inventory left. Everything has been bought.
Woo! Man, I will employ the entire Bungie staff off of my income with me buying every foolish Osiris armor. Come on, remember how cool it was with the chroma? Remember the Titans and the light behind the thing, bro? What? Remember how fast?
So, here's the question.
Woo!
Okay, so a couple questions. Now, I want to get your opinion on these as we go through, as you're the big Trials king. First,
let's go.
You don't want new armor, you want old armor.
Not that I don't want new armor, but it has to be aesthetically themed like Osiris, like the Egyptian god that he is. I don't want, again, if I see that blue, white, you know what I'm talking about, that big face chick is anywhere near this, I am going to petition Bungie. I don't want to see the big face girl. We had her, enough of her in Season of the Drifter. Let her have her conversations with him. We're done with you. You have been removed. Osiris is the wave. That's who we follow, right? So give me he's the coolest looking warlock ever. The circle. Give me something with the eye, the little eyeball. Oh, make sure y'all sell some shirts because I'm buying all the Bungie store shirts. Y'all better have Trials, shirts, and gear. I'm gonna have everything in that Bungie store. Bungie, I'm telling you, if you want to take my money, make everything in the Bungie store Trials themed. I am buying it all. I'm telling you, and I'm showing up to GCX like, what's up, Guardian? Let's go. I'm telling you, it's over.
Okay, so
I'm encouraging
them.
You think?
Yes. This is like my interview with you, so you just get to spill everything today.
Let's go.
So we've got Saint 14 in the tower with some of the drapery and banners and stuff for Trials.
You see the hints?
Osiris is at the Sundial, which is leaving.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know where he's going.
So who's running what? Where are people going to end up after this season?
I think the way to do it is Empyrean is going to rebuild the lighthouse, right? We bring the lighthouse back to the old school lighthouse. I think because of the nature of Osiris, and they like to call him the wild, Osiris is going to probably be in the Infinite doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice if he's a permanent NPC, but I don't get the sense Osiris is a guy that likes to stay in one place. You know what I'm saying? So
he's a vagabond. He's a roamer.
Yeah, my man. You know, he got to see the
vagabondo,
sights.
you could say.
He's a vagabondo. He's got to see the sights. Hold on. Was it nut? What he said? Nut. He said the problem is D1 Trials is only PlayStation, Xbox, and so the problem was DDoS now PC. Bro, you can't get away from it. There's no magical situation where I feel you. There's just no magical situation that we're gonna. We're not talking dedicated servers. PC, unfortunately, even though people don't like it, it's the biggest base. That's where people are playing Destiny right now. They just got to be on the ball with the anti-cheating stuff. They got to be extremely sensitive to it. That's it. That's all you can do. Cheating is going to happen. We cannot act like it's not. But anyway, back to your question. So, as you can tell, I've been waiting all week for this.
I know.
All week.
Chomping literally at the proverbial bit. Okay,
so it's what you do. I would love Osiris to be the permanent NPC. I don't think it's going to happen. Saint is probably going to be there. This is where you can let Saint up. Remember, Saint was giving Shaxx the bet. He already set us up. Saint told Shaxx, you just giving these weapons away? Where's the blood, sweat, and tears? So he's going to set the new standard. You know what I'm saying? And he's already rocking Osiris kind of stuff. He got the flag in there. That's my boy right now. Everything is through Saint. Let him do the commentary. I say, you still got to keep Vance around, though. Vance has to have a function. He's a regular NPC.
I mean, he just sits on Mercury doing his Flashpoint thing. He doesn't have too much going on besides just staring into his desk.
I think maybe you got to do. It's got to be those two. I just don't know how to implement.
I don't want to fly to Mercury every time I want to play Trials.
Why you gonna play that? Why you don't want to go to Mercury?
Well, either from the director. I don't want to go talk to Brother Vance.
Oh, yeah.
To fly to Mercury to go to him to do that.
But how you gonna get your bounties though? You got to remember, we gotta pick up your bounties. Okay, all right. You just don't
honestly
want to see
let me get my bounties from the screen. That just eventually I'm hoping comes in like September. That's a September thing, but that's like I'm tired of going tower, like every third thing that I do. I think Saint will be the one who should be like basically running it. Honestly, he's got the banners, all that type of stuff.
I just want to know what is going to happen to poor Brother Vance. What's going to happen to him, man? Saint taking his job, man. I'm trying to pull for you, Brother Vance, but Saint out here taking your job, man. I don't know what's going to happen with that voice actor. I don't know. Maybe they're cutting him. Maybe they're going to say he get killed.
It's just Deej. Nobody just knows that there's like a voice synthesizer in there. And he is like, following the Warlock ways. So it would make sense.
But I feel definitely you got to have Saint as the announcer. How funny would that be?
That would be pretty cool. Seems like he would have a fitting voice from what we saw. I could see that definitely being good.
I do miss. I am gonna miss Shaxx saying it though. It was cool when Shaxx said "Trials of Osiris." But remember when it started,
maybe he will. Maybe he's still the announcer. If it's like a Crucible, maybe just like Saint's your bounty guy sitting in the Crucible directory page. Go to Trials, and it's gonna be still announced by Shaxx.
We'll see. I'm very curious to see how they handle. I think they can't though, because as much as I love Shaxx, you have to. They have to do it like how they did Iron Banner. Remember when Saladin debuted? That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You have to give Trials its own flavor. It has to have a distinct voice. This is Trials 3.0, baby. You gotta put all the window dressing on. You gotta put the frosting. You gotta make that thing look real nice, man. You know what I'm saying?
Frost yourself.
Yeah, you gotta do it good, man. So what you mean, nah, Sinister? What you mean, nah? Who you want now? You don't want. You got Titan hate. That's what it is. You got too much Titan hate in your blood. Listen, Saint is family, man. You gotta let Saint rock that. Let him do the voice. Let him do the voice acting. I mean, look, I would be mad if it's Osiris. Hey, you talking,
Osiris is commenting on it from the Infinite Forest. Be like, oh, hold on, let me see how this goes.
The only thing about Osiris, and I'll have to admit, it's my man, but he's a bit of an intellectual snob. So I don't know if I really want him commenting on PvP. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not really a dude that's going to get you hyped to fight. Saint is going to get you hyped. Well, Asher, of course, Asher, but Asher is not really it. sinister. But like I said, my vote is on Saint. Let Saint do this, those two, and let Osiris do his Osiris thing. All right, what's your next question? Let's go.
The card. How do you have opinions on how it will work?
Yeah.
Use it going through multiple cards. Matchmaking once you've got one, like if you make it to the lighthouse, should you ever be pairing with people who are trying their first attempt on a card?
Oh, no matchmaking, sir. No matchmaking, sir. That is not true. Oh, yeah. I'm going to mess you up right now. I'm going to get you angry now. No. That's how we have to do this. We have to, no matchmaking. You're going to have to get with some friends. It's only 3. So you're going to have to get with some friends, and you're going to have to commit.
No, okay, fine. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still going to be a complete wrench that you'll have to see if that actually holds. I'll give you that caveat for now. I'm talking about the system pairing people into matches themselves.
Oh, you're talking about the whole skill-based thing again?
Skill versus, like, is it the trials card? Like, hey, if you've got 5 wins, you're pairing people against not 5 wins. If you've got 9 wins,
gotcha,
are you playing people more in that upper echelon, even if you're starting a new card, but you've got 9 wins that weekend?
Kind of got to, bro. That's how it used to be. It would be closer the 9 stacks versus the 9, the 8 stacks versus the 8 stacks. As close to that ratio as it possibly.
But what if somebody finishes their 9 stack, gets a new card, and they're like, "Hey, I'm going to go 2 people on a fresh card are going to go run this brand new guy through, but they've already finished 14 cards that weekend."
Well, you're going to have to skill-based matchmaking, you sir.
Okay.
And we're going to look at your.
It's not me, by the way. I'm on the low.
Yeah, I know.
Low dude who's being dragged.
We're just going to have to elo yourself and look. I know this is a big thing with the community right now, and shout out to my boy Cactus. I know he's on the other side. I know half the community is on the other side. No one's probably going to agree with what I'm going to say, but look. Skill-based matchmaking has to exist.
Yeah,
it has to exist, and I get it, if you don't want skills-based matchmaking, get your behind out of a sweaty competitive match and play casual. There's a mode for y'all. Casual. Get in the casual queue and go do it up for fun. But the dudes out here that's really trying to get this gear.
I can't find a casual queue because everything's sweaty.
I'm mad that I'm stomping people and now they're putting up me against people that also are stomping. This is not right that I'm facing people on my level. Like, where they do that at? I'm not from that. I'm sorry. No disrespect to no content. I'm from Shield, it's Steel, Sharp, and Steel. Like, that's what it is. Like, if you on a 5 card, you're going to play somebody else with a 5 card. If your elo is that good, then you should be playing people of equal. What is so wrong with that? I just don't understand this. In the Destiny community, is the only community that does not want competitive PvP balance. They like, no, I must stomp with my friends so I can feel good. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't have no problem if it's a casual playlist. You know what I'm saying? But if it's competitive, bro, we got the bloods in the sand, man. We got to fight for this. We got to do that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. With that whole thing, and it's got to be in trials. I mean, you have to have it. You cannot have, because dudes are going to do exactly what you said. They're going to get that joint, go to Lighthouse. Let me grab 2 new noobs and think that that's going to bring their elo or whatever it is down, and then they're going to pub stomp back. No. We're not doing that, man. We're not doing that. So that's where I'm at.
Season of the Worthy. Trials is part of it. End of the season. It leaves.
Oh, it's no. We gonna ride. Leave.
Seasonal activities. They only stay so long.
No. This ain't seasonal, brother. This is the shebang. This is what we do. This is the new dungeon, right? So that we ain't leaving. When the dungeon came, they ain't say, "Yo, all right, let's take back our pit of heresy." No, brother. We are pinnacle stage, and remember. We're only a weekend activity. That's the other thing. Remember, we go from Friday to Monday, and then we bounce. Y'all can have the rest of what it is y'all do.
You guys just flying with Zur. Why doesn't Zur run this damn thing? He's got the same travel schedule.
Yeah, shout out Slow Mo. Oh, the only comedian must not remind you of the dogs. I feel you, Slow. I don't know why people are built like that, bro. I don't know. Loco, what's going on, brother? Hold on. Nut. He said, will you be able to continuously grind for endgame stuff like 980 Nightfall? What is?
I mean, do you think it's context. Do you think you're going to, he's saying like the shards, like in-game material, stuff like that, or is it going to work like a raid? You run it once for the week? and then you're literally just doing it for fun. Are the rewards going to be something you can continuously, hey, if I get to the lighthouse again, do I get a chance at another roll on a gun in that weekend, or do I only get my one run per character?
Yeah, it's got to be for the week. It's got to be raid status, unfortunately, because people are sitting there, they're living there, and then what they'll do is they'll get the whole loot pool in like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Come on, that's part of the hustle. We know part of the hustle is to make you come back. So the key, to me, the key is not skill-based matchmaking. The key is not meta. The key is not any of that except two things. Yes, anti-cheating has to be on heightened, but the real key is rewards. Because if these rewards, they can have everything in place. If these rewards are trash, it's gonna flop. That's the only thing I fear. But I know if they've been working this long, and let's be, Bungie got the best artists in the game. They got the best designers in the game. Shout out to Nine Hydras. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got the best. When it comes to set pieces, weapons, and all that, and even if they don't design something new, they are sitting on so many amazing assets from trials past that they can bring back. Could you imagine if Doctrine of Passing came back? You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine if these...
Do you think it would even be as good as it was, though?
Yeah. What you call it? It's basically Steel Feather Peter. You know what I'm saying? But with a better, you know, a little better aim assist and whatever. You know, could you imagine if they brought... Remember, Trials also debuted. I doubt they do this. Because I think they said they permanently will go away from kinetic elemental weapons. But remember, Trials had debuted that at one point. Remember that? I doubt they, because I don't think they like that for Nightfalls. They don't like us running in there having all these different varied.
God forbid I have options. God, it's annoying.
I know. You know how they don't like us doing melting their content. So I doubt that's gonna happen. But I think also what would be cool, which would be a Trials first, they need a Trials exotic. They've never had that. Like a Trials specific exotic. I don't know how you would
play. Like, how do you get it?
Yeah, I don't know how that would play. Maybe it's just maybe it's the 1,000 voices of Trials of the Lighthouse box, and it's that
just
super
random.
Yeah, maybe they do it that way. They love to do their random, you know, whatever pinnacle thing. But you've got to have a cool weapon set that rotates, and you got to have the cool armor and all that stuff, man. That would be
okay. Armor.
Yes.
From the box at the Lighthouse, kinda. Eververse comes in stacking like Egyptian ornaments and everything is only in Eververse. The box is like trash Mercury armor.
Yeah, listen.
What do you hold on? What do you think? What if that's where the good looking stuff falls, is into Eververse, not earnable through Trials?
Oh, now this could happen. This is a realistic thing that they could do.
Hence the question.
This thing, I could get upset. I am nervous. Eververse is moving Tess is moving strong out here in these Destiny streets. She's very strong. She has very powerful allies. And what she gets what she wants. So, I am concerned. I do feel you have to do what they did, though, which is you have to have 2 sets of armor, which is, remember, the Trials bounties, guys, if you remember old school, they would have a specific, it was kind of like the Walmart Trials gear. Wow. Remember, like, it was like...
Harsh, man, for us casuals out here. God
remember,
damn.
You had the Pharaoh, the Amon-Ra stuff that you got from actually... You got the boots, you got the thing, you're like, oh man, this is so cool.
Oh, and look, I've got a little eye on my shoulder. That's so cute.
Look at the Walmart eye. Look at the...
It's right there. I got my Trials on. You see it?
Trials. This is Trials, y'all. This is official tissue Trials. Listen, you got to make them feel that they were trying.
And then Big Boy walks behind you in his Egyptian full mask, like from the movie The Mummy, and it's just like, yeah. It's like Anubis walks in, you're like, bro. All right, well, I just lost.
I need that Anubis, man. I need the one with the oh man, I need that gear so bad. That's so fun. But yeah, so there's got to be some Walmart gear for the casuals. You know, you got to give them some lesser versions of weapon, because that's the thing. If you just make it so sweaty, the casuals are gonna tap out, right? They're never gonna go to the Lighthouse. Let's be honest. It was very low, right? But a guy like me, listen, I'm full disclosure. I've only been to the Lighthouse twice, ever, right? So, what the encouraging thing for me was, again, doing those bounties, and that last big bounty You had the chance based on all the playtime. It was, oh man. And I got my first Doctrine of Passing, not the adept version. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this is cool, bro. This is cool. It inspired me to keep playing because it is demoralizing. It's a sweaty activity. You get bumped out, you get that second loss. Oh, we got to bring our boons back.
I was getting there, yeah. Boons.
We got to bring our mercies back. It has to retain the chance. It is a hard thing to win 9 straight. Not everybody out here is true Vanguard and Fruit and all them dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard thing. So you got to give us the mistake, you know, here's the mess up kind of thing. Shout out to Drag, yeah, twice. You know what I'm saying? 9 wins is a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. There's no doubt.
I was like, do you think it should be 8, 7, 7 and 2?
Even what it is, man, it was the perfect formula when it was done right. Listen, I don't like that it's 9 because it's hard for me. But at the end of the day, it inspired me to get better. It inspired me to keep playing. If we put the entry down easier, you know how Destiny does when they make things too easy and then everybody gets it and then everybody's done. You still got to make people try hard a bit in there. And that's why I said, if the gear is amazing and you have that feeling like I had, I'll never forget, a warlock rolled up in the tower. That Egyptian guy, I said, what is that? Oh my God. I followed him all the way around the tower. I hit the inspect button. What the hell is this? I was like, oh, I got to play this trials thing. I don't even know what it is. I was like, I am playing. This is amazing. That's what you need, and that's how it gets the ball rolling. So yeah, man, they gotta bring it back.
All right, so Trials armor. Where does this fall in the stat and armor 2.0 category? Is it in the trash dumpster?
Bruh.
Like your pinnacles half the time? Or is it gotta be, I mean, do you think it's gonna be like, hey, this is your good stat roll from the raid?
Bruh, there's gotta be 60 and above. Got to be. I mean, especially not the Walmart. Not the Walmart
dungeon might be there, but no, it's not.
I know. They gotta work on that. They can't. It's gotta. You telling people to win 9 times flawless?
Like, you're not arguing me.
Yeah, I mean, not you. I wasn't coming at you per se. I'm just talking about, you know, Bungie. I'm yelling at Bungie theoretically. But like they're telling dudes to go 9 times and do this crazy thing while I'm battling DDoSes and I'm battling, you know, anti-quit people. Man, it's got to happen. And you got to also allow, Sinister's gonna know, you gotta allow that feature that if your friend gets bumped, he can come back in. Okay. Because that used to suck. Because there's nothing more demoralizing than your friend has a legit disconnect. Yep. And then it's a 2v3 for the whole joint. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
No, like for honestly, any comp match, I get so tired. Somebody getting disconnected. And if cheating is an issue, like either that match is null and void if somebody drops, or you can't like lose progress or take the ding for a loss. Whatever it is, when it comes to that like point where you are down a man, the system would be like, it's 3 versus 2. It's been 3 versus 2 for multiple, not like 30 seconds and a pop back in. It's been multiple minutes. It has to register something that says this doesn't count against you anymore because you are at a complete disadvantage of a body. Now, if you win it, cool. Yeah. You get the benefits. People pulling out 1v3s, awesome. Congrats, good job. But for most of who are trying to get through it, as sweaty as it's going to be, you can't make it to where you lose a person, and by crap of connection, internet, DDoSing, whatever it may be, that you get dinged for truly fighting like half a fight for 2/3 of advantage. Like,
I agree.
Now, if it's like the last round and somebody drops,
then come on. You know what I'm saying?
You made it that far, but it's like there's got to be a point where it's early enough on. It's got to
when it's early, like the first 2 rounds. It should be like one of the first 2 rounds. If that happens, there should be an algorithm that says, look, we cannot penalize them to the extent of the law on this. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be something in place with it. Or even if you're not going to do that, you got to give that person a drop or something. You got to do something. You cannot allow it. But shout out to RT, I believe. Yeah, you can join back in comp now. They do have it in comp. I have seen it. I've experienced it myself firsthand where something happened, I got bumped, and then I was able to get back in, you know what I'm saying, with no problem. But, you know, that's the one thing that definitely has to happen. But, yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm excited, bro. At the end of the day, I know what it is to be like Fridays was so special because you had Zer, but when Zer came around, your new trials was up. And you ran over to the, you know what I'm saying, to the was the Awoken Planet, whatever, the Tangle Shore, whatever. We used to do what we used to do. And now hopefully it's Mercury. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what we gotta do to go get it. But you know, the foundation's there. You can't really mess it up too much. You know, it's just like I said, rewards, you know, anti-cheating on fleek as much as you possibly can. And yeah, man, let's kill this thing, man, because they're sitting on something special. And if the community, if listen, I got confidence when they got them heavy hitters at Bungie Studio. That means let's keep it in perspective too. Think how many seasons Trials has been delayed.
Oh,
we haven't had Trials since when? Like it's been. Can we say it's been a full year, 2 years? They've been working on this.
Yeah,
feels like it. So there's no way, in my opinion, that you sat on something this long, right? They care about it. That shows me one that they care about it enough to say, you know what, this got to be done right. They brought in the right people. I'm confident, man. They're gonna knock this thing out the park. The only issue I'm worried about is rewards and aesthetics. Make it cool. Make it worth us doing this. I know you guys are gonna knock it out with the play mode and the fun. Just do the right thing with the rewards, and that's it. You got it, man. You got a winner, and that half of the community is satisfied. And then back to your half, we know there has to be something for you guys. This cannot be a PvP only season. You know what I'm saying? So
do you think
gonna
they
go
could
crazy.
pull one off?
Hell no. I mean, we already seen what happened to Season of the Drifter. You know, so when they try to force us in the gambit for a whole season.
But
nah,
you got what the hell is the other mode? I forgot.
Oh yeah, the Reckoning.
The Reckoning, yeah.
And they better not do no crap like that neither, where they force you to play one to do the other. They better not do that. Remember that foolishness. Oh, do you want the Prime armor?
You're in this infinite loop.
Yeah, that they know. Luke said it himself. That was dumb. Like they knew they dropped the ball with that. They better not be linking Trials to nothing else. The Trials is its own thing. Let whatever's going on, we need to be worthy for. Be worthy for. Salute to the Sundial. It was cute. It was cool. We got what we got. I got my God rolls for the most part. I got my extra perk. I got my Battle Pass thing. I got my God roll Martys. I'm happy.
Nice.
I got it with auto loading and demolition. I'm happy, man. And I got my God roll fusion, my line in the sand, rapid hit, and firing line.
Nice.
I think all I'm working on, I just need Steel Feather repeater.
I got mine of that.
Yeah, I just got to get Steel Feather.
There's some good gallon charge options, I think, too.
Yeah, that's it. I got my God roll, so I'm good to go. I got my Saint of the, what is it, Patriot, whatever, the Scout. You got that Scout, right?
Patron of Lost Causes, yeah.
Yeah, do you have that one?
I don't have a good roll on it. I just have got a couple.
Get that done so we can get you off that dad bod gun.
Nobody goes around saying Go Figure is the best gun in the world, by the way.
It's solid with a God roll. You know what I'm saying?
It's solid, but it's not like the one that you hear be like, oh, that thing's broken. Mm-hmm. No, it's just like, I have a great roll on it, so it's like, it is my gun.
Hold on. Nut, you gonna stop with this? He said, with Trials being out for more than a year, is why I have a bad feeling it can be battle. It's not no battle royal, man. First of all, Destiny would blow up trying to have more than
yeah, PlayStation 4s would take off, I think.
Bro, they would melt. There's no way they could even handle no type of mode like that.
There's not enough CPU in a PS4 and an Xbox One S to try and process like 12 supers going up at the same time.
Exactly. They would fry. Listen, it's
PS5,
classic elimination.
Xbox X, or Xbox Series X. I'm never going to call that the right thing. What is it from the Xbox, man? Is it Xbox Series X, or I thought it was the Series X and this is the Xbox? Like,
no, you got it. Xbox Series X. You had it the first time.
Just wondering.
But yeah, man, you ain't got nothing to worry about, bro. Trust me, worry for no reason.
Gonna be.
They will not. They know about it. It is Trials.
If they did a battle royale, they wouldn't even call it Trials.
They wouldn't even call it Trials.
It would be something different. It would be its own thing. It would be like Reckoning, where you get to play the bat. Who knows? It would be its own thing, whatever it is. Now, Ascendant Shards, Enhancement Prisms, are they in Trials rewards?
Any
other
I say no. I say no. It would be cool. It would be cool. But I say no. I think that we get a sandbox update where those materials you mentioned will be added to other activities. But
Well, it's like they
trials,
gotta go somewhere else. I'm getting
yeah, they
tired of
got to
them
go
just
somewhere.
being.
Trials, I think they're just going to leave it specifically for, trials ornament, trial
But what
stuff.
if I just play PvP stuff and I can't really go after those 980 Nightfalls? Are they not going to be? Is that not the perfect place to put them in PvP? The
You're right.
end game pinnacle
You're
PvP
right.
activity?
Listen, I would like it. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if it
Well, that's what I'm
happens.
saying. This is not like,
Yeah.
do you think they will? I'm saying, do you think it should be there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It should be.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And I want to shout out Sinister. He made some good points. Trials mods.
Yeah.
Trials mods.
Are these going to be PvP
If these
mods?
armor going to have specific mods to help you in trials, help you res faster, help you, what I'm saying?
And I was
pick your
like, so
teammates.
what are your possible PvP specific perks? Because most things really are majority PvE related.
I would just say stuff that helps specifically for the mode.
Outside of resing.
Yeah, there's the resin factor. Maybe there's something. Well, they used to have like traction and stuff like that, but that's useless on PC. So I would say something to the fact, maybe there's some cool ones that, hey, like remember how Vigilance Wing works if you lose a teammate or whatever? Like if you're the last one down, you get a little bit more buff on handling or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. I mean, I think the mats need to happen for a PvP pinnacle activity. You know what I'm saying? And the last point I want to make, and this trials directly affects this, is Crucible as a whole. Because if we're gonna bring trials back, right? And I want to shout out Lono on this, he made a good point too, and I agree. You can't have all these zillion queues of Crucible. You have to have trials. You really got to reimagine what competitive is now during the week. You really got to imagine, you got to really get on that. What are we defining as competitive? You know what I'm saying? What the rewards are for that. There needs to be and there needs to be a condensing. We can't have 9 modes. You know what I'm saying? So get it down to 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Figure out what you want to do with competitive as well as trials. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't leave it how it is right now and just add trials and say, yeah, Crucible. Because it's too segmented. It's all over the place. That it has to be a consolidation. That's my last, you know what I'm saying, one. Oh, what's up? Seg Freak, no doubt. Thanks for the stream, guys. Out of bounds. Have a nice day. That's what's up. Yeah, man, they gotta have that. I mean, shout out to Sinister. They say A and cult type. Yeah. You could have some cool things, that can work in conjunction with other Guardians and
If
for
your
mods and
teammates are
trials.
wearing these mods, fill in the blank.
Boom, boom. 3-man team stuff. Yeah. There's boost grenade. Yeah, recovery rate. They got stuff they can play with. You know what I'm saying? They definitely got stuff that it's gonna be fun, man. I'm not worried about the mode. I'm not worried in the least. I'm just worried about that reward. Bring me something cool.
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
There you go. And I want to look like a pharaoh.
It's like the title of this episode.
Is the juice worth the squeeze? Let's go. Yeah, that's all I got. When I was chomping at the bit. I was thinking about this all week. This is the part I was waiting for.
You've seen it.
He let me
the
loose.
Screenshot popped up with the worthy quest that you've got to do. That gives you the title. Data mine the hex code so you can see what text strings are out there.
Yeah, shout out to Dado, recovery teammates quicker mod or whatever. Yeah, I mean, we used to have like stuff like that. They used to have stuff like there was an exotic that well, it was a warlock.
And the stag are making a comeback.
Oh, the stag is gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun, man.
It's trials without self-res. Holy crap.
Remember? Oh, man.
Self-res is just, God, that was annoying.
Remember? Oh, you know what they had too? Light Beyond Nemesis. What if Light Beyond Nemesis? That was one of my favorite Warlock helmets.
What did it do?
It res you super fast.
Oh,
it res people half the speed. Yeah, that was a huge deal.
Well, you can't run by res anymore. You have to stand.
Drive. I remember Mr. Drive-by res.
Drive-by res. They're like, I got it.
Sniping is back.
Pushing your buddy out of the way, like sliding him once you get him res, then I get res sniped and stuff.
Yeah, man. Vigilance Wings.
That's like, it's where I wonder, like the precision damage, the guns. I'm just very curious how it feels. I'm not saying the meta's bad. It does have like variety and stuff. No, it does. Like, you go through and you've got different things, but I mean, if you get into the sweaty Iron Banners,
Mm-hmm.
God, there's a lot of like Lord of Wolves that run around. If you got a close, like there are certain ones that do it, and I know there always will. Mine is just
Mm-hmm.
more like sniping was part of Trials big time,
Yeah.
and I don't feel it's as
Bro.
much as much to a point.
I
But
be
then there's
getting
also
my
games.
head peeled.
I
I
was
be getting my
like,
head
I was like,
pitched.
Revoker is gonna be damn popular.
Revoker Beloved? Oh my god. You see they calling the cops right now on those two snipers. Bruh.
They're too busted. We got to take them to jail. It's
They
out.
gotta don't yo, sniper. Oh yeah, they really don't
And
like
the
them
fire
snipers.
trucks are out now. Man, it is legit out there. They're calling the whole National Guard has come in. We got to take them out. You got to move, man. You just got to move.
Listen, that's the problem when you live on one of the busiest streets. And I live next to a firehouse. I literally live next to
I
it.
hope you
It's
get a
crazy.
big discount on your rent for living next to that, man. Because
Oh yeah, absolutely.
like every hour in the middle of the night, I'm up, I'm down. I'm up.
Luckily, they're not that active.
You
Consider
need like noise canceling headphones, blackout curtains, and also a coffin like a vampire to sleep in that is sound deadening with like 2 air holes.
with 2 arrows, man. Yeah, man. They gotta have all that stuff. Snipers are in a good bro. I was sniping with Izanagi's Burden. Like that
funny.
lets me know sniping is in a good place. Crest of Alpha Luffy, yo, what you know about that? Like that's what's so cool about Chance, because there's gonna be certain exotics that will have life in that mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, there's very few things when it's like I don't want to worry about dying for something to happen. What's the one where you die and you make a rift on your corpse?
Yeah, that's
There's
that's
another
the
one I'm
stag.
forgetting.
That's
Yeah.
the stag. Yeah, baby, the stag is gonna be crazy. Yo, so many little mini. I wonder if the ram makes a little comeback. Oh man, so many fun exotics. I can't wait. I'm excited. Is it ever gonna be perfect? No. You know what I'm saying? Are people going to find some exploits? Of course. It's just how people are. It's sweaty. People with the gear. People are gonna do what they got to do. I get it. But at the end of the day, the cool thing you have to admit though too in this era that is better than any D1 trials. The minute they find any foolishness, your gun's getting turned off.
Man,
Bungie gonna turn your gun
so
off.
fast too.
Bungie gonna turn you. They got the switch now. So you do any exploiting foolishness with an exotic, you're getting your exotic turned off for the week until we figure out what to do with you. So Telesto, don't get cute. Don't think it's gonna be some fun in there. You gonna get turned off too. I ain't worried, man. I ain't worried. I'm ready, man. Let's go. And shout out to Bungie, please. If you're hearing me, if you listen to this podcast, all you got to do is put Osiris shirts, black and gold eyeballs.
This man's gonna file Chapter 7 bankruptcy if you
Listen.
guys do that. My God.
Throws money at screen. I want to come to GCX. Listen to me, y'all. I want to be fully decked out in Osiris gear so y'all can see me. Y'all can see me. That's how I want this to be. I want to buy everything of Season of the
I'm
Word.
gonna be honest. I think, guys, what we need to do is get a GoFundMe going. This man needs to come in cosplay.
Bruh.
This man needs to come in Osiris.
Yes.
No, Brother
Woo.
Vance or Osiris.
I need the beak.
Cosplay.
I need the hood. Like they need an Osiris hoodie. I need the hoodie. I need the yellow with the
Oh my
black.
God, you would wear that hoodie too.
Oh, you know
The
I wear it.
hoodie with the feather crap
Woo!
going on.
Let's go.
Please wear that in public and can I get a
Yes.
video of the people who see you walking down the
Sinister,
street?
respect the drip. Let's go. He said,
Oh.
I'm Luke Smith's brother. Listen, man, I'm telling y'all, I will, every amount of swag that y'all create, Cog will show his appreciation and buy it all.
Can you guys
That's how
please put
bad
like
we are with this.
$1,000 golden statue in there for me just for him? It'd be
Yo,
great.
GDO, I was Brother Vance before. I'm the real Brother Vance. Brother Cog. Listen, I'm happy, yo. I never thought this day would happen. How long we been doing Flashpoint / Last Word? It's been, bro,
Oh,
this
I
is
know.
like Christmas, bro. I am so happy. I can't, and it's my man. It's literally every way I wanted it to happen. It happened. And I'm like, the evil sock big face girl is out of here. No more 4v4, no more primaries. We got a good meta. We fast now. Oh, man.
And then when Season of the Worthy ends, Trials goes away. Sock Lady and Drifter come out to finish up the season as we face the Space Doritos. That's how it goes. Trials has got to get out of here.
Friends, bro.
Okay, so here.
You're going to crush my joy with this foolishness that you talking about.
Trials comes back. It's in its great state. Bam, D3 comes out. Trials doesn't go in with it. Come on, tell me I'm not wrong.
That's evil. As a friend, you should not put those thoughts into existence. All right, you know, as a good friend of mine, you're my brother.
Osiris,
you would not put.
No, but okay. So like, what if it gets to that point where we die as guardians? You know, the lore that we saw in the corridors of time, we've been killed. Somehow we get to that point. What if Trials doesn't have the same?
Why we gotta have these negative connotations with my like? Why we don't talk about what if D3 comes out and they get rid of dungeons? What if they say what if screw your dungeons?
D3 is PvP only.
Yeah,
no exactly. Dungeons, no raids, no strikes, no nightfalls, none of that.
That's it. Hey, he got killed my dream. Let my dream live, damn it.
I gotta poke the bear today.
Yes, you poke it.
Fun. It's too much fun.
You know how I get. Yeah, I would riot.
So you're definitely saying Trials, if it comes, stays for sure. No question. Not a seasonal activity.
This is the God is back. The God is back.
And then I do like Senator saying the Throne of Osiris chair. It's about 10,000. It's going to cost you $1 million silver.
Listen,
$1 million in-game silver.
Right now, every bit of Osiris merchandise from that
this man takes out a second mortgage for game.
If they have
merch.
Gold chains with the eye on it, I'm buying it. They got hats, they got gaming chairs.
Can you guys
they
make
got
a belt made of gold, please.
I'm telling you. If they got tights, I'm buying the tights. Remember how they used to sell the tights?
Gold tights, right there. I'm just not turning around.
I'm pulling up with the Osiris onesie.
Yeah, you're pulling up. And you're going to be showing brain, too.
He can act like he don't know me, but that's my podcast, man. I'm going to pull up with it, man. I'm going to pull up.
I'm not going to know him if he is wearing gold
We taking that picture. You got to take it.
There's going to be a me-shaped cloud leaving that scene if you try that.
Oh, my God. Listen, man. I've been waiting. This is my day. This is my moment, man.
Y'all are not.
Oh, this is great. Can't wait.
I think we've speculated on enough. We won't know much until much more comes out, honestly. So leaks have been probably kind of hit that are there. We know we'll have a quest coming. Empyrean goes next week. Farm as much Fractaline as you can, everybody. Dunk on that Fractaline. Get ready to get those weapon frames. And again, check before you dunk all that Fractaline. Be like, cool, I donated 5,000 without getting those weapon frames picked up. Make sure that's a thing you guys get involved in. Because that could be a huge deal. You could get like, well, 5,000 Fractaline divided by 400. I'm just not going to do that math real fast. Like, you could do like quite a few damn weapons, though. It's going to be kind of crazy. Like, that's something you guys do not want to miss out on. So,
yes.
Make sure next week when you logged in, check what the best way to turn that stuff is in. Stay tuned. I'll check on a video, see if that stuff is live. But thank you guys. Podcast has been amazing this week. Quick wrap up, and then we'll get you guys out of here because we are close to 2 hours. And I will send you guys over to say hey to Connie. Unicorn Horseman, just a hilarious man in general. But what do you got, sir? Let's wrap this thing up.
For me, I'm sorry, bro. I was just talking to the chat. Shout out to GDO. He was like, I can tell you that. Yep, I'm single right now. I'm spending my money. Thank you, sir. GDO, who else? Yo, shout out to Nut. You already know we having fun. Agent Grizzly, all the trial swag. I just had to shout out the chat on that. They like me being ridiculous. You already know, man. Lord Cognito on Twitter. You already know. And Iron Lord Podcast, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern. We should have a couple of special guests, returning guests. You know what I'm saying? We should have my brother Hogue Law. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he should come in. We'll talk the legalities of gaming. We'll get that going, some stuff going on. And of course, my brother Nintendo Guru, he might make us stop by the realm. So check us out again, Sundays, 1 p.m. Eastern, Iron Lord Podcast, YouTube. And please support lordsofgaming.net, man. We really appreciate it. We're killing it with the articles. Your boy is media. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be hitting up packs. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, and of course, make sure you rolling with the red and gold this Sunday is Super Bowl Sunday, NFC champs. My boy E. Yes, let's go Niner gang. Let's go Niner gang. It is time, baby. Let's take it back to San Fran. We need this. We're in the Super Bowl. It's gonna be a crazy one, man. Pulling for my boys. Hopefully they get it done. Oh, I can't wait. E, we're gonna go crazy if they win this thing, man. We're gonna go crazy.
Get out of here, Vagabondo. Get that crap out of here.
Vagabondo, fired. Don't you talk that slander in here. No doubt. Shout out Dramatic. Yeah, man. So yeah, please. Super Bowl weekend. Grizzly, come on, Grizzly. What's going on? We were doing so well until you put those foul words in the chat.
Seriously, what the hell, guys? That's not cool.
But anyway, that's what I got, man. That's hot. That MC trip is hot. Woo! That's it. But that's what I got, man. And again, thank you for all the support. Kicking Statues, lordsofgaming.net, all that good stuff. And yeah, man. And of course, the best damn Destiny podcast that you ain't heard yet. It's that last word.
They just heard it. They just heard it.
They ain't hear it yet. They ain't hear it. I don't think they heard it. They ain't heard me. Listen, man. Yeah, so that's what I got.
Yeah. Ebontis everywhere, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. I haven't been streaming as much. Work has been a little crazy, trying to stay up with that. So thank you guys. I'll tweet out when I am trying to go live, but Twitch has been a little light, but the videos have been too. Just been kind of an off, like not as much to cover. I'm not trying to just like do some things, and the work has been crazy. Family, just trying to be a decent husband. So
nice.
All those things, but you guys know, thank you guys for always tuning in, making these awesome. So these are some of like the best times of the week, kicking it with you as well. So Super Bowl this weekend, want that 49ers victory as well. So that I'm going to be going for. If not, we're just shutting down the podcast next week. It ain't going to happen. We're going to be too sad.
We're going to need to recover if they will do it.
Yep. But that's about all we got, guys. So for episode 89, January 31st, first month of the decade is pretty much in the books. So thank you guys. Have an awesome one. Enjoy your weekend. Root for the Niners, not the Chiefs.
That's right.
And for this episode, it has been The Last Word.